My current position is that I work for my own company called Custom Made Artist Representation, and I manage Ali Barter and also the producer Oscar Dawson. My company also manages CW Stone King, the Jezebels, Eka Vandal and Bell City Square.
I'm a sound engineer and technician. I freelance and work for Cash Savage and Camp Cope at the moment. I also do some work for Melbourne Theatre Company, Arts Centre.
Well, I work at Parlypigs, as you mentioned. I'm the user experience manager, so I deal every day with hosts, people that are attending shows and artists, so making sure that everything goes ahead smoothly and just a million different things at once.
Well, my first position in the music industry came courtesy of working at the Lawn Hotel. Just met the people from the Falls Festival and they gave me a job and worked really hard and kind of worked my way up there and kind of took on from there.
I first got my go doing sound when someone didn't turn up to do a job.
I did the Freezer mentoring program, and through that sort of gained a few internships, and it's just been meeting one person and have a coffee with them, and 6 months later they call you up needing work. And when I was at uni, that whole 2 years I could have been doing festivals and I could have been interning. I didn't start doing that until I was out of uni. For the last sort of 6 months we've been building this new tech platform. Essentially it uses artists' streaming data and social media analytics to track where they should be playing, so finding out where your superfans are and going to those places rather than taking a stab in the dark.
I know when I was working with Husky, I signed them to Sub Pop before they'd ever been there, but then they had to go 5 times in that year. So it was one thing to kind of say, get them to a point and get an invite to South by and go, but if everything goes well, then you need to be able to back it up and come back again and again, otherwise the first trip was sort of wasted. So it's one of those things that you kind of need to, I think, understand what the opportunity is, but also what the opportunity is after that, and whether you're in a position to kind of capitalise on those things. Even kind of psychologically, are they ready to go and be so far away and maybe play horrible shows and and have no one know or care who they are? Or how do we make it viable? One good way is to have a sustainable career here first, so that you can keep going and hemorrhaging money in other countries, because that's basically what will happen. Definitely be all over Australia Council and Creative Victoria, because they have great grants. So it's also about working out where that return on investment is going to come from. Is it because there's a great opportunity there to really do something, or is it because that will filter back to increase things here, or looking at that all the time?
Finding that one person in that little town in Texas that absolutely loves you and wants to sell 50 tickets to all their friends, and then those 50 people might go to your show next time you come over.
Like in America, you can literally drive from one side to the other and there's a town every night. Yeah. But it's not always a good idea to play Kansas City on a Monday or something. It can cost you more money to play a little show than it does to just drive past.
How helpful is radio airtime for musicians overseas, and how do you go about getting it?
It's pretty helpful. You can kind of pay radio pluggers specifically, and it depends on the level that your band is at and what you're sort of trying to achieve, but there are some really great operators who can do who are really worth it. It pays to do a fair bit of research into all the different kind of levels, because there's so many different ones in the States, in particular, from college to AAA. And just figuring out kind of what level you think that your band might be at. It's not the be-all and end-all, certainly. There's many other ways of kind of getting exposure, but radio is still a real game changer.
That one person who usually takes care of a region and will take bands from one part of the world to Eastern Europe or whatever, if that guy jumps in the van and knows all the festivals, done them all many times with many other bands, it's like asking either of you to take an international band around Melbourne. You'd know way more.
To have someone on the ground who knows exactly where to go to get food at midnight in wherever, or just where the best deal is for car hire and all that sort of stuff, to manage a tour manager on the ground is a really good idea.
And just to finish up, I'd like to thank you all so much for coming and speaking with us today. We really appreciate it. You've all been fantastic. Can we have a round of applause?